Today's culture is run rampant with sex. So how do we get here? And how can we fix it? Well, we have to go all the way back to the 19th century. During this period of time, sex wasn't a public thing you would talk about, or even socially accepted. But in 1871, Pearl de Paco was the first to start advertising sex. But even before then, circuses and shows you could go to and pay to see a lady in the bath. But also, people have been paying for sex for over a millennia. But sex has never been rampant. In recent years, it has been taking the whole emergence of modern unfold by storm, taking foot with what I'm going to call the modern emergence of atheism. From the late 18th century onward, which coincides with sex in the media. By the 60s, people thought it was the inappropriate subject, but more people in skinnier clothes for the male appeal. We were getting shorter and shorter, and by the 70s, you were either modest or you were short. Now, the other thing is, where the religious saw it as a part of the devil, the atheists or hippies at the time were alike and never saw it as a bad thing. Now, another thing is that it also coincides with the storm of the internet. And the storm of the internet brings out pornography that you can buy for free. Before this, we had VHS and magazines. Most lucrative business places like Playboy have been in full swing as early as the 1940s. Then the internet happened, and it took fire. Sex became free to watch. Pornography, and they promoted it to adults. And it's now children through apps such as YouTube in more discreet ways, such as Roblox playing or I Kiss My Sister or this or that. And it's advertising to women, and it's horrible. Sorry, not advertising to women, it's advertising to children, and it's horrible to watch, horrible to look at. We need to stop it. It's also promoted through games, the mobile app games. Yeah. So I'm going to give you guys a tip. Just turn your phone offline before you start playing them and you'll get no ads. That's one way you can stop it. So you skip out on purchasing the subscription as well. Saving money. But also, the dawn of the internet has led to more people, mainly men, but also women, sexualizing children and teens on social media, such as creator Just Jules. She is, sadly, she has been placed under a lot of predators around her. It's not her fault in any way, but like a lot of older men give her money, and if you go on her channel, you scroll down on her comment section, you can find someone that's given her money. And a lot of the time it's older men. Sometimes it's kids, but like the bigger donations is a lot of time older men. Sad. We shouldn't be doing this because it's perverted and imminent that this is not going to go away unless we do something about it. Now, the other thing is, this is horrible, and no matter the gender of the person, if we hurt the adolescents, the young, our future, they need to be condemned. Doesn't matter if you're a male, doesn't matter if you're a female, you should be locked up for 30 years. That should be the minimum sentence. 30 years, because it messes with both their brains, but since our culture is such a shock, it's not going to happen. If you're a woman who's been targeted by a man, the man's going to go to prison for 30 plus years. While if you're a woman who's targeted a young boy, you're going to go to prison maybe 2 to 5 years, which is not right. But the dawn of the internet introduced us to one of the most addicting things in all time. The minds of what we watch, especially men, pornography. But there is a YouTuber. His name is Jack Piggott. I'm sure there's a lot of others that do the same, but he helps people to deal with this struggle and this addiction because he's had this addiction before, and he went over it and he hated himself for having that addiction. Anyway, as a society, we need to stop sexualizing things. We need to get more modest, and we need to get healthy in the brain. We need to fight against pornography. Anyway, have a lovely day, lads and ladettes.